So welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at Empire, which is a C2 system, which is command and control. That's what C2 means, is command and control. So let's go ahead and they actually have an Empire room, which is pretty cool. So Empire, like I said, C2 system, kind of use like how we use like interpreter, whatever we're doing pivoting, stuff like that, and we're able to kind of put everything into one group there. And that interpreter covenant also is like this. Yeah, and also Empire. Empire is free. Alright. So the title is blue. That's what machine we're actually going to be attacking. Is blue, which we've attacked before. So not really that big of a deal there. But pretty much a virtual machine is blue. You can download the box for offline use here to deploy the box on try-hack-me in task 6, which is actually in task 2. You start the machine. So deploy machine and learn what to do. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what this machine is susceptible to. I think I already have a feeling, but let's go ahead and make a directory. Alright, and desktop try-hack-me Empire. Let's also, we'll cd in desktop try-hack-me Empire. And then from there, we'll also go ahead and we'll start up a cherry tree. And we'll call this one file. I don't know if should I put it in the offensive pen testing stuff. Let's go ahead. We'll throw it in here because it is kind of, it goes along with offensive pen testing. So we'll throw it in here. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll add a new node. Alright, add a new parent node, and we'll say Empire. Empire. Or you know what? I could always do a C2 and then throw Empire in there, because then if I do Covenant and teach other classes like that, they could all go underneath C2. So let's go ahead and let's try to figure out what is this guy first off susceptible to. Run an MF scan. All ports, TAC VV, very verbose, right? Timing of 4, so one above the default. No DNS lookup, do not ping, and then the IP address there. And we immediately see that we got 139.445 and 3.89, which is remote desktop. So we can go ahead and do an mmap TAC-P 445, right? For the IP address, TAC VV. And we'll do a tac script equals SMB tac vol star. Then we can try to do an enum. I think we do it like that. I think it's vol star. Then we'll try to do the same thing with an enum star. And that'll just run all those that fall underneath that script. Let's try also with enum star. Let's see if we can find anything. Okay, so it is vol star. So we do see, hey, it's most likely, it looks like it's vulnerable to MS17 tac 010. And as I've said before, just because MF says that it's vulnerable, just because Metasploit says that it's vulnerable, doesn't mean that it is vulnerable. Right? So we still want to test this out, right? So let's go ahead and see, hey, what is, if this guy's vulnerable, we should be able to use MSF console, right? We can use Metasploit in here. And we can go ahead and get into this machine. So let's do that. Alright, so we'll search for MS17, tac 010. Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and also do a locate john.pot, just so we can, remove tac rf home Cali .john. Yep, that guy right there, actually. Boom, there we go. Alright, just in case, because I know exactly what this machine is. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to exploit Windows SMB MS17 Eternal Blue. Alright, we're going to use that one like right there. We're going to set our host to this guy. Go ahead and show options. We can set an L host, set our L host to our 10 network, right? We don't want that to be on the 192 network. And we can go ahead and type in run, and that should run. We should get right through it. So while this is running, so we did figure out what it's vulnerable to, we believe. Exploit the vulnerability and get reverse shell. Okay, let's try and do right now. Let me move on to installation. So this guy actually has a whole thing on how to install Empire along with Starkiller, which is great. Now, Kali Linux, mine has it, but I don't remember if I installed it or not. But if I do PowerShell Tech Empire server, or PowerShell Tech Empire, and you say, hey, am I a server or am I a command line interface client? Right, so I just type in server, or sudo. So I'll do a sudo PowerShell Empire server. And I'm just going to kind of let that just run through and just do its thing. Alright, and then we also have Starkiller. Now, this guy also has in here what the default login is for Starkiller, which I thought was actually great too. So let me actually go ahead. I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to copy this whole part like right here, just in case if I get you know, maybe in Kali Linux 2022, you never know, it might not this stuff might not be there, right? And hopefully this will actually work over here, because right now he failed the first time, but I am about 99% positive that is the exploit for it. So hopefully that actually works. So let's go ahead and do a install Empire and Starkiller. There we go. Okay. And then we'll do. There we go. We got a win, and we are now server session get UID. We should be NC authority system. Cool. Okay. So we got a win on there. So that's the starting Starkiller, the starting Starkiller, and we do get that username and password. So I noticed that a lot of people just like to say like, oh yeah, this is how you use Empire, but they don't actually ever show it. So it's kind of like, all right, cool. Like, can we get a little more help with this, right? So as you can see, once we start Starkiller, so if we do a period slash, so the server's up and running. If we do a period slash Starkiller, things like that. Nope, maybe I have to locate Starkiller. And I believe it's in Etsy or user bin Starkiller. So let's go ahead and cd into user bin and do period slash Starkiller. There we go, Starkiller. And I think that's it, like right there. Yep, that opens up. Okay, so that's going to open up a page, right? That very first page you saw it open. And you actually have a login. That login is this, like right here, Empire admin and password. Okay. I could not get to it this way. Let's try again though. Yeah, I can't get to it that way, utilizing like, you know, like a URI. I do period slash Starkiller, I get to it this way. However, this has changed, I know, throughout the years. I know Empire is also one of the older ones, so it's changed throughout the years. So that might be something where, you know, it's just changed. Let me go ahead and delete this guy first off. Let me go ahead and delete everything that's in here so far. We'll delete him, yes. And I haven't really, I mean, I made like, I got like a listener on him. That's been about it so far, and that was a few hours ago. So let me go ahead and actually show in my notes. Starting Empire and Starkiller. Okay. So we got that. Boom. And then we have our Starkiller down here. And then we come up with this page like right here, right? Well, bam. Cool. So first thing we want to do is we want to create a listener. So this is going to be the same exact concept as do you do a playlist on Windows pen testing? I have an entire playlist actually on Windows pen testing, Jay. I have like a 6-part series coming out, but it's not coming out till like March. Alright, so next thing we want to do is create a listener. This is actually Windows pen testing, like right here, what we're doing right now. So to create a listener is pretty much just like you're doing that netcat listener, or if you're using an exploit multi-handler, same concept. So we're just going to create a listener now in Empire here. So go ahead and go to listener. We'll create. Type. Now I tried to use Meterpreter a lot, but then I realized I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to use HTTP. We'll just run it like that, and we'll see what happens. And HTTP actually seemed to work a lot better than the Meterpreter one. This is old, like I said, and also I haven't really messed around with it nearly as much. So I'm just trying to pull the Switch stream over here. I also have not messed around with it as much as what I could. So, you know, little different things that I have to kind of learn and understand and things like that. So we have an HTTP, right? I'm going to bring it actually back to port 53. Okay. My IP address. So if I do an ifconfig, all right, 10.13.26.184, 10.13.26.184. Now you might have to put that in the first time. I actually usually have that deleted off, just so you know. Then I say port 53. It's going to be HTTP. We'll just name it HTTP, whatever, and we'll hit submit. All right. Now that has now started a new listener. So we pretty much started a netcat listener, right? And then we have our stagers. Now our stager is, hey, what do we want to send at this guy, right? So we want to send a Windows launcher bat file, okay, which is going to be a lot like an executable. We can execute this bat file, okay? And it's going to go to the listener of HTTP, right? So, and it's going to be in PowerShell, okay? So we have it going to back to the HTTP listener, which is the listener we just created. That was the name, if you remember. So we'll go ahead and we'll say, okay, submit that. And now we have this launcher.bat. We can now download this launcher.bat. Now when we download it, it's obviously going to be downloaded back over here into CD downloads. Now something you have to remember is everything's going to move kind of slow whenever you have a command and control system. Okay, so let's go ahead and save that launcher.bat. And we'll go ahead and we will move from downloads, launcher.bat, to right here. Now from here what we can do is do a Python 3 TAC-M HTTP server, right? Let's go ahead and we got our IF config right here, right? And we're going to try to get that launcher.bat over into the target machine. I mean, now we can do that a couple different ways. We can just try to upload it, right, with Metasploit that we have, right? We could actually do that like right now if we want to. So let's go ahead and do a pwd, and that's like where I am. So let's go ahead and cd into c c users. From here we can do a John, cd into John, or we could use something like PowerShell and actually, you know, do that with wget or invoke web request to be able to pull that back, right? So let's go ahead and cd into his documents, I guess, cd or in the desktop, dir, and okay, we got desktop.ini. Let's go ahead and upload that launcher.bat, and hopefully it uploads. It does. Cool. So now we'll run a shell and we'll try to get a reverse shell coming back and talking back to this guy over here, which should give us an agent. So let's go ahead and try that. So let's type in shell. Like I said, this is I've only done this once before, so if it doesn't work, sorry. Let's go ahead and do a launcher.bat, launcher.bat, and hopefully we get something back here. Something just changed. Workgroup PowerShell John. Is this the old one or is this a new one? There we go. We just got one new agent callback for this guy right here. John PC PowerShell 10.10.0.215 is the internal IP address. 10.10.0.215. So we now have a command and control between John PC and us, right? Cool. Okay. I mean, that is pretty cool, like right here, right? We can go into modules now, or we can start to put in different PowerShell scripts that, you know, we can try to run on this guy, right? So we can try to run different things like elevated RID hijack, registry, all right? Add net user. Let's go ahead and add a net user, okay? We'll name him. His password will be Pass. His username will be Ryan. Let's see if we can name. Let's see if we can get this guy in there. All right, he's going to be part of the administrators group, right? Convert to JSON. Let's go ahead and see if we can actually do this. Pure name localhost, and we'll submit that at it. And is it going to work? I don't know. Oh, execute module on that agent, like right there. Okay, so we can see how we can pick all the agents. This guy obviously isn't up and running anymore. It's only that Y one, and we'll submit him. Okay, so module execution queued for that. Now if we come down to, I believe it is back to agents, we go into here and then we go into tasks. I believe that we can actually see the different tasks that were queued and things like that. Function in new memory, boom, boom. User Ryan successfully created on localhost. User Ryan successfully added to group administrators on localhost with the password of pass. So we might be able to get right back into them with password of pass. We might be able to do something like an MSF console. Can we background this guy without actually losing our agent? We should be able to. And we might be able to do something like a background him. Can we use or search for PSEXEC? I don't know. Use 10. I have no idea if it's going to work or not. We can try it. But you can see we're kind of doing the same thing that we would do with Metasploit, right? With MSF console here, or interpreter, we want to say, with those run commands, like those run post whatever commands. We're doing technically the same thing here. Let's go ahead and do a show options, set SMB user to Ryan, set SMB pass to pass, set lhost to myself, Let's go ahead and, I guess, just run it. Oh, set our host to this. I don't know if this is actually going to work. I have no idea. No clue. I'm going to run it. No, okay. It's a good try. Alright, so let's see here. Menu overview. Alright, so we did a listener, we did a stager, we got an agent, we threw a module at it. Now we got, okay, credentials. Credential manager is very useful. Menu and start killer will save any enumerated credentials from a device or module. It can either save hashes or plain text passes. You can also add them in if you'd like. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to credentials. Let's see how we can do this. Create, I guess, cred type, domain, username, pass, host. Okay, so this is saying, hey, if I want to do it, but we haven't got any credentials yet, right? So here's reporting. As you can see, I was sending stuff up at it last time. Like, who am I? NT System Authority. And that was with, I actually forgot how I did that. That was with, it was somewhere in the agents. I went to this guy, and then, oh, shell command. Like, who am I? Let's try /priz. Try that, run it. Now it's supposed to show up down here. I've yet to have it show up down there. So reporting, okay, who am I /priz. We just sent that out, right? It may take a minute to come through over here. Once it does, we can go ahead and look at it, and we'll see what happens, okay? So, yeah, Ryan was creating everything. Rows, we'll do all. And we have a who am I /priv. And NT System Authority, but it's not actually showing me my privileges. But, okay. So, I mean, I am NT System Authority. It doesn't really matter what my privileges are like right now. So let's continue with this. So I want to try to grab credentials. How would I do that? Can we go to modules and debugger? Can we load in something like, you see we have 339 different modules that we can use. Is there like a search here for like Mimikatz? Oh, Mimikatz. Desync, hash dump, terminal server, Mimi tokens, extract tickets, which I don't think that's even going to do anything because there's not going to be any tickets to actually extract, I don't think. I want like a Mimikatz like hash dump or LSA dump. That will work. Logon passwords. Sam. Let's try something like that. Okay, Mimikatz Sam. Let's go ahead and submit that, I guess. Go ahead and run that or execute command on him. Go ahead and submit him. Go back down to reporting. We'll see what happens here. Function invoke Mimikatz. Doesn't seem to like that. Dump creds, parameters, test results. We haven't got anything now, have we? See, like I said, Empire is pretty old. And hasn't, oh, whoopsie daisy, I was exiled it, didn't I? Sweet. You know what the good news is, though? Oh, no, I didn't, okay. And it hasn't been updated as much as what it should be. So that's the only thing that kind of stinks out. Covenant works a little bit better, although it's a little bit slower, it seems like. Covenant. But it does work a little bit better there. Oh, there we go. Job start. Okay, we got a job that started for dump creds. So we might be getting somewhere. It might just be taking a minute, right? And yeah, I guess we'll just give it a minute and see if we can actually get something. Actually, it's not as quick, nearly as quick as like a hash dump or something like that, you know. And then we can just get the creds ourselves. But I mean, it's doing something. So, credentials reporting. Yep, install that. Listeners, we've already set one of those up, and we already got it so it created talk back to us, right? A stager, already sent a launcher.bat at it. We already did that, right? Now here's something. Below is what is the multi-launcher? Hard stager, PowerShell, not that one. And see launcher, create a listener. The launcher will take an encoded payload and then decode it. In this case, payload still get picked up by antivirus. How you can just launching us. Okay. So this is to try to obfuscate the coding. Okay. We created a listener, we created a launcher, and we did it. We actually just used Metasploit to upload it, but like I said, you could use wget or, you know, invoke web request to do that. Next one we have is agents. So we did do a who am I. So okay, we did put in a shell command, right? And for some reason, like I said, it doesn't want to work as well with me for some reason. But yeah, we did put in those agents. We did put in that interact view. I wonder what view. Yeah, okay. So interact, and we did do a who am I. Alright, we went to run, then we went down to our privileges, or our reporting, and we saw it in there. So who am I? Bam. Alright, and we're not seeing anything in here. There we go. And we haven't got results back yet. He's trying. Like I said, these guys, sometimes you gotta give like a little bit. But here, Mimikatz is done. Cool. Okay, so Mimikatz is done now. So we do have credentials here. So we do have John there. There's his NTLM hash, like right there. Actually, there's Ryan. So we know that Ryan is a user now on the system. Let's go ahead and grab John's NTLM hash and actually do a nano John hash dot text, right? That didn't work at all. I actually want to copy him right click. Or is it just Control C now, not Control Shift V or Control Shift C? I am not taking any notes here also, so I have to go back through and do all that again. There we go. And then we can say John TACAC format equals NT, word list equals, Rocky.text, and we'll do John hash.text. And we have ALQFNA22. Cool, so let's go ahead and we can go to credentials now. We say, hey, we want to create or refresh. I wonder if it actually picked up that one. No. Okay, create. Cred type, we do have a plain text over here. Username is John. Password is that guy like right there. Right? Host is this IP address like right here. So I already found that, right? This is what it works on. Operating system is Windows 7. And there we go. Okay. Cracked. You say cracked with John the Ripper. John the Ripper and rockyou.text. And we can go ahead and submit that. Now that would be nice if you got multiple people working on this, because now they can look at it and be like, okay, cool, we did find, easy password, something like that. So let me go ahead and actually go to my listener. Let me actually click on this one right here. I'll go to view just so I can print screen him. And I can put him in my notes. There's my listener like right there, right? Boom. Okay. Create listener. That did not work any way that I wanted it to. Print screen him. Okay. Next one we have a create a stager, right? Create stager. Now upload stager into box. For this one I used upload with an interpreter. Or you could use PowerShell. Or if we have a remote desktop, we could download it from the internet. Right? Or we could somehow send it to them and have them download it, right? Some type of phishing attack there, right? Could always do something like that too. So there's that. Okay, so we did do that. Modules, we did look at the modules and everything. Empire has all sorts of modules, so we did see that there was a bunch of modules in there. What module allows you to use any Mimikatz command? I don't know, but let's try to find out. Module, let's type in Mimikatz. Am I PowerShell credentials Mimikatz? PowerShell. Let's try what module allows you to use any Mimikatz command. I have no idea. Cache, maybe? Maybe this very first one. Oh, maybe PowerShell credentials Mimikatz command. Maybe that one. Just saw that one. There you go. Let's try that. Okay. What Mitri attack technique is associated with PowerShell trolls? Voice troll. What is voice troll? I'd love to know. I bet you we could probably look that up on the internet though and find out what it is. That sounds like it would be fun. PowerShell Okay, and it said what? So I believe that's going to be the T1491. Is that what it's talking about? And I'm not good enough with Empire where I can be like, oh, that's this. Okay, what module will implant a keylogger on the device? Go ahead and implant a keylogger. Actually, we'll go ahead and do that. Keylogger, PowerShell collection keylogger. Go with that. And that's going to be T1056. We're flying right through this, guys. It's actually a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and throw this keylogger on there, actually. Keylogger, sleep 1, execute module on him. And I'll show, you know, like a module, like keylogger module. I'll show something like this. Okay, and I'll say like, hey, there's a bunch of different modules. Modules. There are tons of modules. Mimikatz, keyloggers, all the above. Okay, that's still, yeah, we're throwing a keylogger on here. Hit submit. Module execute for that. Let's go ahead and go into reporting. See how that's looking. All function get keystrokes, and I guess now it's started. Waiting for those keystrokes right there. And that one is actually a reporting, right? Well, we haven't done anything with credentials yet, but we haven't really found. I mean, we can we kind of put in our own credentials, right? As you obtain creds, put them here. Okay, I did something like that. Let's go ahead and view this. Can I view him? Or like edit him or something? Yeah, there we go. So I could do that, like right there. Boom, and I have my little notes at the very bottom of how I cracked it. So I can say, hey, yeah, your password policy is messed up. Back to credentials, then we'll go down to reporting. Okay, reporting shows us everything that we've ever ran, right? We don't have any keystrokes yet, obviously, but let's see if my who am I ever worked yet did. There's my Mimikatz right there. So I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that we can run here, right? We obviously saw that with the modules and everything. So let me print screen this. This is reporting. Reporting shows all commands that have been run and the output of that command. Okay. So now we have plugins. So read the above and try using a plugin with Empire. Okay, let's go ahead. Start plugin name. You can run plugins with start and stop commands depending on the plugin and flags parameters for each you choose. Transfer clone the plugin you want to use in the plugin directory. Use a plugin, transfer a plugin.py file to the plugin directory of Empire as an example. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Let me actually make a little plugins thing here. Like I said, this is kind of still updated, kind of not. It's a rough one. You know, this one is definitely a rough one. Okay. Okay, so let me make sure I also get that print screen of like right there, because clicking on here in a print screen isn't really going to work very well now, is it? There we go. And now we're going to try and download a plugin, which I've yet to do with one of these guys. Stocks proxy. Okay, this is going to be a stocks. So this is going to be a proxy server like right here, right? So we can try to code. I guess we just going to do git clone, I guess. So it makes sense to me, and put it in the same area as what this guy is. So if we locate PowerShell Empire, I feel like we'd have to put this in there. Locate PowerShell Empire. I feel like we'd have to put it in the same place that he is, right? Var lib PowerShell Empire. I feel like we would. I can eat those here. I can eat and drink some milk. And yeah, Santa's coming. Using plugins, transfer clone the plugin they want to use in your plugins directory for Empire. Okay, so there's actually a plugins directory for Empire. Okay, so let's go ahead. This is kind of our last step here. So let's go ahead and find that plugins directory for Empire. So we have Empire server, stagers. I guess I could always, it's probably going to be in PowerShell Empire. It's just, it's like a couple minutes. Well, you want to, I can help with the gifts obviously here in like a minute or so. Just trying to find this plugins, that's all. So I can do this last part of this thing. There's client, where's plugins? PowerShell Empire. I feel like it's going to be in user share, PowerShell Empire. I feel like it should have came between clients and server, you know. Unless if it's going to be like over here, there's modules, or if it's going to be over here, server, plugins. Okay, so right there. User share, PowerShell Empire, Empire server plugins. So that's like where we want to put that file at. So we're going to CD into there. Let's go ahead and get that clone again. Let me go ahead and actually show that on here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, let me go ahead and hop back over here, grab that file, copy him, git clone. We'll go there, I guess. So git clone, sudo git clone. Okay, so now we have a plugin now. Socks proxy server plugin. And cd into socks proxy server plugin. And there's socks proxy server.py. So can I just start? I feel like I have to actually do a. I feel like I'm going to have to do this another way. Supposedly I can type in plugin name. So I can say start and the plugin name, but I feel like it's actually not going to work. Start socks proxy server.py. Type exit to quit. Didn't say I didn't do it. 2 agents, 1 visitor, 1 plugins. Well, it's only 1 plugin if I do cd back. That's probably my 1 plugin, huh? This is this guy right here. So let's go ahead and move to right there. Let's try that. Did that work? Start, plugin name, plugin. Okay, let's do plugin first. Try that first. Plugin. I don't know if this is actually working for me right here. Exit. Yes. Okay. Let's do client this time. Actually fused. Do sudo. Actually fused. So this one right here I may have to mess with later on. Establish a new connection. Connection fused. Probably can actually fuse because I already have one kind of up and running, don't I? So, that like right there, that seems like something I'm going to have to do later on. And he's definitely going to be the same thing. I think because I already have the server up and running, so I feel like I might mess them all up with that. Can I get a kill for that thing? No. Kill 0? What the heck is that? Okay, nope, okay. So that's most likely I'm going to go with just because I already had an up and running everything. But I mean, socks proxy server start. I did say pi, didn't I? So let's just try with just socks proxy server start. Yeah. Looks like we got that connection fuse. Let's kind of mess this up right there. Try like that. Without the sudo in the beginning, I don't think that's good. Yeah, fine, please. Okay. So we'll just have to, that'll be something that we'd have to go back and do something with. Okay, so if you want to continue, check out DLL hijacking. With Empire and try hack me, check out DLL hijacking. That's something that we were actually going to do another time. Not going to be today. Okay, but yeah, we're going to try to use Empire for DLL hijacking. And that's going to be it. That's it for this one right here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned something. I know I did. I had a lot of fun with Empire and everything. So it was a great time. So you guys have a good one. And yeah, I'll talk to you all later.